Hey guys, what's up? Hope everybody's having a good day out there today. And early in the morning, I'm heading back up to Lake of the Ozarks for the second day of practice, the Toyota Series tournament up there. I'm going to take a few minutes and do today's video. I'm driving up. A little interesting story last night. You guys may remember back in early January, my new truck that I got, I had it parked out in front of my house, and some 20-year-old girl ran into it. And I was in the house when she hit it. So make a long story short, my truck is still in the shop because they can't get parts for the front bumper. So I've been without my truck for 2 months, and I've been in a rental car. So last night when we got back from the lake, the kids and Kim wanted to go bowling, so we loaded up and we were going to go bowling. And we're sitting at the stoplight there in Springfield, Missouri, and some drunk guy runs into the back of us while we're at the stoplight. He wasn't going fast, but he still, jacked up. He destroyed his front bumper on his little car and jacked up the bumper on the rental truck that I got right now. Fortunately, he didn't hit the trailer hitch, so I've got a jacked up bumper on this rental car, and the trailer hitch is still functioning. It's just like, I can't believe it, man. But this guy, it's like, I was super mad when he hit it. It's like I jumped out of the truck because I had the kids with us, and run back there and started giving him some choice words, and he gets out of the truck and he's so drunk that he can't even stand up. So anyway, we called the cops, and I kept the guy there. I didn't want him getting back in his car and leaving. Cops got there and he tries to fight the cops. This guy's drunk out of his mind. He's got a super long rap sheet, so that was sort of the excitement for last night. I just wanted to let you guys know about that. But anyway, today's video, what I want to talk about is that all the bass in the lake are not doing the same thing at the same time. And the reason I want to talk about this video is, you guys know how much I despise live scope and A-rigs. Or it can be the same if you don't like to drop shot, or if you don't like to deep crank, or if you don't like to, flip a jig or whatever. When you're in a situation where you hear that that's the bite that's going on, like right now at Lake of the Ozarks, it's all about the A-rig and the live scope. Don't feel that you have to do that, because one of the things, guys, that you'll find out in bass fishing is that not all the bass do the same thing on one lake, because every single bass, they're like people. They have personalities. Some people like to live in the country, some people like to live in the suburbs, some people like to live in the downtown city. It's the same with the bass. You've got some bass that like to live on points, main lake and secondary points, and they're going to get caught by the live scopers and the A-riggers. You got some bass that like to live around boat docks, and they're going to get caught like that. You got some bass that are, live in the upper ends of the dirtier water in the creeks and rivers, and, that's where they're going to get caught. So here's the thing about it. I don't care what time of year when you're going fishing, it could be any season of the year. If you get the vibe and you hear that, they're all getting caught on jerkbait or this or that, don't buy that. Don't believe that, because I have never seen a situation where there wasn't at least, 8 or 10 different techniques and patterns working at the same time to catch the bass. So one of the big keys in bass fishing, I think there's 2 different elements to it. Number one is you've got to fish the way you like to fish. And because if you like to fish shallow, fish shallow. If you like to fish deep, fish deep. Don't feel that you have to fish in a certain way. Now, if you're a tournament fisherman, you may have to, you may feel that you may have to have a little bit more deeper level of versatility to compete. Not necessarily. Look at somebody like John Cox that fishes 3 feet deep anywhere he goes, and he's as good as anybody out there. But most tournament guys think they have to have some level of versatility. So in your own fishing, one of the things I can advise you is get about a half a dozen techniques that you like to catch them, and look for those type of fish. If you like, say, for example, right now it's late winter time, and early pre-spawn, and you like to fish a jig, you like to fish a spinnerbait, you like to fish a crankbait, go out and look for that type of water. Go out and look for the type of structure in the lake that will give you the optimum chance to catch those type of fish. And they're going to be out there, because it's just like, I've never been to a single tournament ever, with the exception of maybe some of the Great Lakes Northern Smallmouth tournaments, that get completely dominated by drop shots. But I've never been to a tournament where there wasn't lots of different options going on. It's just like when we just got back from that Bassmaster Open in Florida a couple weeks ago. There were some guys catching them on crankbaits. There were some guys catching them on rattle traps. There were guys catching them flipping. There was guys catching a few on top water. There was guys catching them on chatterbaits. Guys catching them on jerk baits. I mean, there was literally a dozen different patterns going on. So it's the same on any lake across the country. So main thing about this video here is don't get intimidated, don't get bummed out, don't get sour about the fact that you hear that there's catching them a certain way and you have to do that, because there's always more than one way. And usually, for the most part, there's always, if you can find something different going on than what is the norm, you stand a really good chance to have a high finish in the tournament or do well or to win that tournament. Because most exceptional tournament performances, something's just a little bit different, that they figured out how to catch the bigger quality fish that may go against the grain a little bit. So anyway, that's what I'm going to look for up here today. I'm going to look for one of those off the wall, the off the grain type deals going on. I'll let you guys know how it goes this afternoon after I get off the water and practice. And again, hope you guys are having a good day. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys later tonight.